Welcome back. I'm some guy you've never heard of, and this is the tale of Naarrifin the Skald. Alright, so let's put in at the inn for the night. Oh man, it's late. Please tell me there's an innkeeper.
Fate is the name. I keep the inn.
I'd like to rent a room, please.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
Thank you.
I'll show you to your room. Right this way. Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Yeah, actually, what have you got for sale?
Hope you ain't here to cause trouble. Drink for the thirsty, food for the hungry.
I'm carrying an utterly ridiculous amount of wolf meat. Thank you, Fada. Do you have anything I might want? Yeah, I'll take your salt pile. I'll trade you 2 sets of fur shoes for it. Thank you, Fada.
See ya.
Am I out of water? Yes, we're pretty much out of water right now. I guess I'll have some Alto wine then. Alright, good night, my friends. I will see you in the morning. Good morning, my friends. Thank you, Lady Mara, for allowing us to see another day.
Fate is the name. I keep the inn.
Could you refill my empty water skins and bottles, please?
Of course.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. And I'd like to perform here.
Of course.
Come one, come all, now performs Naarrifin the Skald, fresh from the Bard College. Thank you, thank you. Next, I'll be playing something on my flute.
Fate is the name. I keep the inn.
Thank you, Fada. I'm done for now. No, I'm not here to cause trouble at all. I was here to spend the night and to perform.
Thank you. Here, this is for you.
Thank you, you're far too kind. Alright, let me manage our provisions. Alright, our provisions are full. We have water again. I've got backup water on me. How are we doing on things? Oh, I forgot we tamed the bear. Oh, he's so cute. Hey, Rigmore. Let's trade.
Okay.
Right, you can't really take much from me right now. Alright, I'm just going to assume you're all overloaded right now, right, Vilya?
Wouldn't it be nice to just talk a little, you and I?
Sure, tell me your thoughts, Vilya.
Tell me honestly, do you see me as a companion? Or am I merely a sidekick to you? I'm fine with tagging along doing your things, but I do want you to respect me as a person. I'm a human being, not a dog or a minion.
I see you as a dear friend, Vilya. We're a good team, don't you think so too?
Yes, I do think so too.
Alright, let me look in your extra storage.
Sure. As you wish.
Nope, you're overloaded.
Shall we continue? Yes?
Let me check your gear.
Of course.
Let me guess, are you overloaded there too? Yes. Pretty much, at least.
Anytime. Have I got freckles? I hate freckles.
Nope, you do not. Let's see if this little town has a merchant of some sort.
Fascinating.
Make it quick.
Make what quick?
Tell me, do you think I'm attractive?
Well, you definitely have a nice voice. The white hair is pretty, something else, but I can't see your face right now, so I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, why yes, you are.
Thank you. I suspected as much. Which makes it all the more confusing why Nellos ignores me for that horse of a high elf. It must be out of pity or hunger. I've always said her nose reminds me of a giant turnip.
Guess I'm just
Oh, who is this high elf?
Alduin is my arch enemy, my nemesis in love. Nellos is always talking to her, confiding in her, when he should be doing those things with me. It makes no sense why he prefers her company. Unlike that Somerset I saw, I'm a fellow Dunmer. Not to mention I'm cuter, funnier, and by far the more talented mage. And the worst part is they just met. How can he value the counsel of that drunk over his companion of 5 years?
Oh, I do hope we will find a copy of Tam.
In Skyrim, life is short and courtship shorter.
You don't think they've already... No, that's impossible. I followed Nellos here and saw no sign of that low elf. I've heard Alduin is in Whiterun, and my dear Nellos is somewhere to the north of here.
So who's this Nellos you mentioned?
Arguably the greatest mage in all of Tamriel. But when it comes to who is most dashing, I will tolerate no argument. He is a Dunmer of average height, but immeasurable stature, his eyes burning with the fire of the Red Mountain itself. For all those who serve the guild, he is our leader, our mentor, our muse. He is the hand and we are the fingers, waiting for the long night when we clutch all of Nirn in our palm.
Tell me more about your guild.
We are a small group of mages, whose ideals do not always align with the 100 or so guilds that now roam Tamriel in place of the one. The Synod is too political. The College of Whispers is too short-sighted. The Sishiks are too close-minded. And let's face it, Winterhold is a wreck. The Radiant Dark is open to all who possess skill with magic, whether the light you cast shines brightly or darkly. Those who have power seek it, not for politics or justice, knowledge or peace, but for power itself.
Say no more. Where do I sign up?
Oh, you can't just ask to be in the guild. Nelos has to select you, and he has a very discerning eye. Elduin may have the face of a slaughterfish, but her hands know fire better than her mouth knows wine. Gerard may ramble on like a fool, but his talent for alteration can bend city walls as easily as it bends spoons. And this does not even include the 5 acolytes of Nelos's personal guard, one for each school of magic. When they recover the knowledge that was lost, we will be that much closer to the day of the long night.
Tell me more about the long night.
The one written on the face of all who fear us, for Nelos himself wrote it. I've often thought of how it will come, dreamt of it. Imagine a cool winter night, when the only sound you hear is the wind threading through the trees. The sort of nights made for long shadows and dark phantoms, or quick daggers and hot blood. A night born for unholy rituals, hushed whispers, and shivers down the spine of children and men. A night when the end of all things is possible. A wonderful night to have a curse.
You speak in metaphors and folktales. What is this long night really about?
As I said, we at the Radiant Dark seek only power and the means to exercise it. What good is ice without something to cool? How can the extent of one's power be tested without a land to dominate? When the spells that were lost are found, when the relics of forgotten magic are restored, not even the sun itself will bring light to our shadow. Or not. It may be that we fly too close to the gods and burn in their fire, yet I for one plan on keeping my Nelos nice and cool.
You mentioned you were a mage?
I am, and I'll have you know it wasn't all talent. I worked very hard to become the mage I am. A mage not everyone thought I could be. I still remember when I was but a novice at the college. Whenever I cast a distraction spell, everyone would comment on what a good enchanter I was. I didn't realize it at the time, but I think they were insulting me. Although, to be fair, I am a good enchanter. The best.
So you consider yourself a prodigy?
Yes, but I found where I truly excel is with spells of frost and cold. I was in the Arcaneum studying a tome on that very subject when I first met Nelos. He looked so menacing with that lick of hair and blades of war paint slashed across his face, yet his voice was gentle. He asked me if I understood the tome I read. I could only nod what remained of my head as my body melted into the floor. His questions turned out to be a sort of audition, one that I naturally passed with flying colours, despite Nelos having sailed under false ones.
What did Nelos want from you?
I recognized my talent for destruction and chose to cultivate it, whereas Mirabelle wanted me to train under the Master Enchanter. Of course, he wouldn't accept me into his guild without first passing 3 additional tests. The first was to still his heart, the second was to make him smile, and the third was to take his breath away. Okay, so maybe those tests were self-imposed, but I still plan on passing them.
Alright, so what was so special about the tome?
It was a book recommended to me by the librarian's apprentice on the nature of destruction magic. While some schools attempt to mimic reality and others try to alter it, it was unclear whether destruction was doing one or the other. When you harness the elements, do you draw them from nature or manifest them? When heat is drawn to make fire, does the air lose warmth? Much of this was explained to me by Nalos. Not that I needed him to. I understood it just fine. I just wanted to hear his voice.
Naturally.
In any case, he told me how the answer lies in the beasts of the wild and the world around us. When plants fail to grow in mage light, it's proof alteration is not natural. When the invisible can be touched, it proves that illusion is not real. Then look at the way catfish come to the surface when the earth is about to quake, or how rodents scurry indoors days before winter. Nature knows what's real, and it will react to a coming storm in the same fashion, whether it made by mortals or gods.
What brings you to Dragonbridge?
When the guild I belonged to last met, Nalos instructed us to refrain from contact for the time being. I suspected this might be some clever attempt for him and Alduin to escape on some tryst, which neither I nor the laws of decency could abide by. So I followed Nalos to Harfinger, but only got as far as Dragonbridge before I lost track of him. I wait here now in hopes that he might return, and in fear that she will be with him when he does.
Alright, so who is this high elf again?
Alduin is my arch enemy, my nemesis in love. Nalos is always talking to her, confiding in her, when he should be doing those things with me. It makes no sense why he prefers her company. Unlike that Somerset I saw, I'm a fellow Dunmer. Not to mention I'm cuter, funnier, and by far the more talented mage. And the worst part is they just met. How can he value the counsel of that drunk over his companion of 5 years?
I've met Alduin. She never mentioned
That
Anelos.
only serves to validate my point. The stupid Altmer bitch doesn't love Nalos. Meanwhile, I can't go 2 sentences without mentioning him. It doesn't surprise me. If I had as much hair on my back as she did, I'd probably fancy a Khajiit.
Alright, well, it's been nice talking to you.
Away with you.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought we were having a pleasant interaction. I should eat and drink before we go.
Nope, sorry. Nothing.
There's a workbench, but I don't see any more of a smithy setup. I was hoping there was a blacksmith over here. Oh well.
Hey.
Citizen. Citizen.
Greetings.
Do you have any regrets? Of course you do. We all do. They say regrets are the foundation of wisdom. For if we do not regret our mistakes, we are damned to repeat them. Our successes, meanwhile, need not to be remembered, for they only serve to bolster our temerity. That is why a general is haunted not by his victories in the battlefield, but those that slip from his grasp.
My regrets haunt me every day, and I vow not to repeat them.
That is the way we are meant to live. Always stumbling forward, looking back only to see how far we've come. For some things, such a task is simple. A hastily written report, a tactless reply, a spilled drink. For others, the tendrils run deeper, rooting your body in the earth. There is no way forward. Not until you free yourself of the memory. Not until you make things right.
Okay, what exactly are your regrets? What is the problem?
The thief. The one that got away. An Imperial woman based on the reports. And a lone operative. She's burglarized homes of a number of notable lords, thanes, and nobles. At times, she's even ransomed their children. She's outfoxed the city guards, evaded the Oculus, and even managed to rankle prominent members of the Thieves' Guild.
If so, why hasn't more of an effort been made to catch her?
Unfortunately, the resources of the Empire are exhausted in tracking her down, foreseeing the Council to suspend all pursuit. Given the state of the Imperial coffers, it was cheaper to let her run free and compensate the Grief for their losses. Only I remain dedicated to the cause of justice. And what I lack in men and resources, I make up for in will.
Ah.
I've chased her across Tamriel for the last 15 years. And I believe I'm closer than ever to catching her.
The Executioner's axe is too good for the likes of
I'm
those.
not sure anyone would even bother. Too busy chopping off the heads of elderly Talos worshippers to care about Tamriel's most celebrated thief. If I hadn't retired, they would still have me raid the chest of every Nord who wore a beard that resembled Tiber's septums.
Do you have a description of the thief?
I do. It's been burned into the bone of my skull, from sketches and wanted posters and images from another time. A raven-haired woman, 32 years of age, with an aquiline nose and eyes the color of steel. She is as fearsome as an orc, but can be as cunning as a diplomat, and if need be, can charm me with the grace of a sylph.
So you've been chasing her since she was 17? The age you give is awfully precise. Do you know her identity?
I meant it as an estimate, nothing more. Given her description, she could be anywhere from 30 to 34 years of age. I choose the middle ground.
Ah.
I try to make my descriptions as accurate as possible, so that my words will not be distorted as they are conveyed to the next person. If I were to say she was in her early 30s, the information would quickly degrade as it passed from mouth to ear. For instance, someone might forget to include the word early. With just a simple omission, she can now be as old as 39. The Raven of Anvil is cunning enough on her own. It does us little good to cast more shadows which she can conceal herself.
Anvil. So the thief is from Cyrodiil?
Not necessarily. Anvil is merely the site of our first great heist. One under the guise of a minstrel singing dirges for the dead. Hence the Raven of Anvil.
Ah, what makes you think she's in Skyrim?
There have been several witnesses' accounts of a raven-haired thief posing as a bard. As you know, most who reside here are light of hair and tall in stature, which already narrows down the list of possible culprits. And while there are bards in Skyrim from here to Riften, there is only one capable of playing that song. Dusk at Danadil Harbor was its name, if I call it correctly. A beautiful but solemn tune about the sunset over the Gold Coast and the tragic death of a loved one.
Alright, if you're retired, then you shouldn't be allowed in here.
A favor from Commander Morrow. He owed me from back when he was an initiate, and I was his inspector.
Ah, did something happen during his initiation?
More like what didn't Commanders like Morrow may seem like hard, unyielding men, and there is certainly that side to them. There is also the side that is a caring father, a loving husband and humble servant of the Empire. The side of kindness is something that is almost innate. Even as children, we know the value of friendship, empathy, and love. The other side, one that makes you a man, that must be forged through a crucible of blood, sacrifice, and at times, even apathy.
What do you mean?
It may surprise you to find out that the initiation for both the Dark Brotherhood and the Penitus Oculatus are one and the same. Both fast their initiates to shed the blood of a stranger as proof of their fealty, their mettle, and willingness to do the hard thing. When first presented with this task, Commander Morrow faltered, as do all men of conscience. It was then that I broke the rules. I told him who the target was, or more precisely what he was.
I take it the initiation targets are mostly criminals?
Not necessarily. It is left up to the discretion of the inspector to choose the targets. Although I tended to choose mortals who were louts, thieves, and deviants, there were other inspectors who felt that defeated the purpose. After all, an assassin must be able to kill those whose morality is ambiguous, or possibly even leaning towards the scales of good. So it was our responsibility to create at the very minimum the idea that the targets were honest men. Some inspectors choose to forego the mirage.
No wonder they call you specters. You're agents of death.
True enough. There is much misconception that the Pentius Oculatus acting as a security force implies being strictly defensive unit. On the contrary, the best way to stop an assassination is to root out the conspirators before their plans take form. As a former assassin, Commander Morrow had the advantage of knowing how the enemy operates, and that is why he was chosen as the chief security agent.
Describe the Penitus Oculatus initiation.
It is as you might expect. Recruits are chosen for various positions and given tasks to determine their aptitude and readiness. Ironically, before he became Chief of Security, Commander Morrow was originally recruited as an assassin. In the Penitus Oculatus, the assassin is merely a tool. He is required to kill without questioning his orders. This is because the most dangerous of enemies typically come from within. The very advisors the Emperor trusts most are the ones likely to betray him.
Sounds like the Empire is accustomed to acts of betrayal.
Withdrawal of power is a form of skooma that corrupts even the best of us. The assassin is the potion that purges it from the system. As such, he is often asked to target the very people he takes orders from, in order to serve the will of the only person he answers to. The life of an assassin is far from pleasant, which is why when Morrow became a father, he chose a new path. Very well.
Yeah, tell me about the heist that the Raven Vandal was involved in.
The Countess's cousin had passed away, and she was now on her 12th day of mourning. She refused to eat, refused to sleep. Soon her court was deprived of the same. As her mood grew more and more contemptuous, it seemed nothing would allay her grief. Many bards and poets came from all over Tamriel to celebrate the life of her cousin, in hopes of appeasing the Countess. Yet it seemed that even time itself had given up all hope, until the day a raven-haired minstrel walked into the castle and gently strummed her lute.
The Raven of Anvil?
Those who were in attendance insisted it was the saddest song ever heard by mortal ears. They claimed the sky rained for 7 days and 7 nights, as both the Countess and the Divines exhausted all the tears. That night, the entire court slept for the first time in weeks, and when they awoke, They found their cases and coffers emptied of their valuables.
Right. You told that story with some emotion. How curious.
It is a sad story, a tale of 2 deaths and 1 birth. The girl had talent to give the world a gift of joy, but she chooses to lead a life that brings nothing but sorrow.
You've lost your head, soldier. I think you're in love with this woman.
Is that what you think? I'm not some young buck maddened by lust.
No, I said love.
It is not whether the Raven of Anvil is a woman or a wraith. My loyalty to the Empire is greater than some lover's passing fancy.
I said it sounds like you're in love with her. I didn't say it sounds like you're infatuated or in lust. They're quite different things. Alright, friends. I know it's kind of late, but let's just work on the long walk up to Solitude. We can sell all of our things and then be on our way back down to Angie's. Yes, we can sell our things and then catch a carriage.
Nothing.
You shouldn't use magic when you're near children. They will just ask you to make them invisible.
I'm hoping to run my own
If
inn
you
someday.
do, their mothers will hate you.
Why don't we check out the inn?
Why am I so tired? Huh. Let me put more water in with the provisions. I'm practically crawling, Rigmore. If you can't keep up, I don't know what's going on. She's alright. I don't know, there are more beautiful women in Skyrim. Like that one girl that plans on running the Bannered Mare someday. What's her name? Isolde, I think? Oh, and then there's that one Nord girl that hangs around with a Thane of Whiterun and Falkreath. Vilya, I think her name is. She's quite beautiful.
The same without the fire festival. City owes you a debt of gratitude.
Okay. Hi.
I need to ask you to stop. That shouting is making people nervous.
Oh, too bad. There's more where that came from.
Can't say I've heard of any laws against it. Whatever that is you're doing. But I'll lock you up if I have to.
Whatever.
I've got my eye on you.
If there's no law against it, why would you lock me up? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, that only took a couple of hours. Okay.
Being old's not so bad. Daughter keeps me fed, and my working days are done.
Good to hear. Alright,
I need to ask you to stop. That shouting is making people nervous.
Too bad there's more where that came from.
Can't say I've heard of any laws against it. Whatever that is you're doing. But I'll lock you up if I have to.
What? Ever?
I've got my eye on you.
Actually, I can see that both of your eyes are still within your skull. Hey, Lucian. I need to trade some things with you.
Sure, let's trade.
Are you carrying any trade goods? No, you are just carrying crafting supplies. Can you take any of mine? No, you are completely overfilled. Alright, Rigmore. Are you carrying any trade goods? You indeed are. Alright, now take some more trade goods, some more crafting supplies off my hands. Alright, that's a little better. Thank you, Rigmore. Vilya, your turn.
Have I got freckles? I hate freckles.
No, you don't. Absolutely
Are
not.
you sure? I thought I saw something in the mirror the other day, but if you say so... It was probably the mirror that was dirty.
Probably. Alright, let me check your gear.
Of course.
Give me all the stuff you're carrying that is not actually your gear. Keep holding on to that heirloom sword, though. Actually, no. I'll take that. Okay. What's your best bow that you're carrying? Oh, that emerald gemstone bow is better than your superior bow that I enchanted. Yeah, keep that then. Alright, now let me look in your extra storage.
Sure. As you wish.
Thank you, Vilya.
Talk later.
Alright, Rigmor. I'm gonna have you carry a few more things. Sorry. Alright, thank you, Rigmor.
Welcome to the Winking Skeever. Take a load off and enjoy the atmosphere.
Greetings.
Welcome to the Winking Skeever, friend.
What have you got for sale?
Let's sate that appetite,
I'll take your salt pile, and then, here, take these iron daggers from me. And these steel ones, please. And why not a couple of swords? And bows. And this orcish dagger. And this iron hunting spear. And I suppose these fur shoes and these necromancer boots and this black bandana. Fur boots. Fur gauntlets. And these fur bracers. And then I'd like to, oh, I'd read refills of my water. And I'd like to rent a room.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
Thank you.
I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
Oh.
It's upstairs, right?
Hi there.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Alright, thank you.
Hi, Mine. Good to see you again.
Hi there.
You have grown since the last time I saw you. You're really tall now.
You know, maybe I shouldn't be bringing that bear into the city with me.
I'm almost a woman.
Of course.
Will you play with me?
I'm sorry, but I am a bit busy right now.
You elders are always so boring.
I promise I'll play with you some other time.
Ooh, wonderful. I can't wait.
Alright. Good night, my friends. I will see you in the morning. And that's actually going to be it for today. Thank you very much for tuning in. This has been the Tale of Naarrifin the Skald, and I am some guy you've never heard of. Unless, of course, you have.